Rudy Giuliani's daughter, Caroline Giuliani, has decided to come out publicly against her own father. That's right. She's come out to publicly endorse Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Tabitha Speaks Politics. I am your host, Tabitha, and yeah, we're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. If you've come across this video and are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would love to have you. We talk all things politics over here by way of viral news stories. And this news story put out on yesterday about Caroline Giuliani coming out and publicly endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz is a viral story. I can imagine it wasn't very easy for her to do. She did it by way of writing an article for Vanity Fair magazine or Vanity Fair online. I saw the article online. Now, in this article that Caroline wrote, she talks about a variety of reasons that went into her decision for endorsing and stating adamantly that she is voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. But she specifically states, from reproductive rights and the economy to foreign and environmental policy, we need experienced, sane, and fundamentally decent leaders who will fight for us instead of against us, who will safeguard our democracy rather than dismantle it. And as a recently engaged to-be-married 35-year-old who hopes to feel more joyous than fearful about the potential of becoming a parent myself, I need to advocate for a future worth bringing children into, which is why I am voicing my adamant support for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. In the article, Caroline talks about her battles with an eating disorder. She talks about her battles with depression and other mental issues that she's dealing with. She talks about climate change. She talks about reproductive rights. She talks about abortion and how she felt when Roe versus Wade was overturned. And how, because of the medical issues that she deals with, she may need to have access to IVF in the future. And she talks about how Republicans are attacking IVF, right? It's a very interesting article, and she talks about her personal relationship with her father and how it hasn't always been good. She talks about how she felt, how totally crushing and devastated she felt when she learned that Rudy Giuliani was going to be working with and for Donald Trump. I want to read this last section in her article that she wrote. We live at a crossroads in history where the future of not only our democracy but our planet is at stake. Trump's first-term position on the climate crisis was to call it a hoax while stripping away climate regulations and giving the fossil fuel industry everything they wanted and more. So just the other day, a couple of days ago, we had a chemical plant explode here in the state of Georgia. And for a couple of days, a lot of people, there were some people who were in the immediate area of the explosion. They had to leave the area. They had to evacuate. I got up to go to work yesterday morning, and there's this cloud, this haze over the city for miles. That haze, I traveled with that haze from my home all the way down into the city, which is a good 20-30 minute ride. And I guarantee you, The explosion probably happened because of some of the rollbacks that Donald Trump did when he was in office. Remember all of those train derailments we were dealing with? That was as a result of the rollbacks that he did with the Environmental Protection Agency. So Donald Trump is putting us, the American citizen, in more danger. Driving into the city, I usually have my vents open in the morning, my AC vents open in the morning. I had to shut my AC vents because that haze, there was a smell to it. And you can feel it in the back of your throat. You can feel it. You can breathe. You feel yourself breathing this stuff in. My eyes were burning, so I had to shut the AC vents. This is what Donald Trump is doing to our climate. His second term agenda, which we can foresee through his grotesque Project 2025 playbook, will only accelerate the damage he's already done. My dream of becoming a mom, coupled with the difficult health journey I've been on over the last few years, has me constantly grappling with our increasingly toxic and dangerous environment. But I do feel hope, because Kamala Harris understands the grave danger of climate change. As only the second presidential candidate in history to be endorsed by Scientific American, she'll be a champion for our children's future by reinstating the United States as a member of the Paris Agreement and continuing to fight for a renewable energy policy. We've seen remarkable progress on this issue under the Biden-Harris Inflation Reduction Act. Trump would roll it all back. Kamala Harris is our only chance for a better future. Even though the last few years have been some of the most difficult of my personal life, I'm grateful to live in a country that came together once before to fire a burgeoning tyrant. Watching Harris reignite the torch that Biden selflessly passed to her has filled me with optimism and pride. She has the experience, intelligence, and fortitude to lead us to a brighter future, and seeing her hold Trump accountable in the debate only further confirms her ability to defend us from our most dangerous enemies, domestic and foreign. But even with all the incredible momentum the Harris-Walz tickets has generated, we still have to work hard to ensure a victory for our future. We live in a two-party system, and no candidate will appeal to every voter on every issue. If for whatever reason you choose to sit this election out or lodge a protest vote for a third-party candidate, make no mistake, you are voting for Donald Trump. Take it from me. Trump destroys everything he touches. I saw it happen to my family. Don't let it happen to yours or to our country. Kamala Harris will guide us into a brighter future, but only if we unite behind her. On November 5th, I'll be voting for that future, for justice, stability, and democracy, and I sincerely hope you'll cast your ballot for Kamala Harris too. I advise, read the entire article. Read the entire article, and then let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. That's where we continue the conversation. Okay? Okay.